Have you ever felt like you have completely lost yourself? Not gradually, not slowly, but like one day you looked up and the person staring back at you in the mirror was someone you barely recognized. Maybe it followed a major loss, a relationship ending, a career collapsing, a season of life that stripped away everything. I mean, everything you thought defined you. Or maybe there was no dramatic moment at all, just slow, quiet erosion until one day you realize you were gone. You see, this video is about how you find your way back and how the person you will find on the other side is stronger than the one who got lost. So let's get started by looking at why identity loss happens. Here is the first thing I want you to understand. Losing your identity is not a sign of weakness at all. It is almost always the result of one of these three things I'm going to give you right now. Number one is major transition. When the circumstances that partly defined who you were, your career, relationship, a role, or community are removed, the identity built around those circumstances can collapse with them. I'll give you some examples. The parent whose children have grown and left the house, the professional who had, been made redundant, the person whose marriage has ended. You see, these are not personal failures. They are identity earthquakes. And every earthquake leaves rubble. And the second one is prolonged self-suppression. This is when you have years putting everyone else's needs, before your own. Years of being what other people needed you to be. I'm sure you can understand what I mean. They call you the strong one, or the reliable one, the one who holds everything together. You see, until you look up one day and you realize you had been so busy taking care of everyone else and you had completely neglected yourself. I don't know if it has happened to you. The third one is external redefinition. You see, someone or something told you who you were for so long that you started to believe it. Maybe a critical parent, a toxic relationship, a culture that handed you, a narrow definition of success and told you to fit inside it. And over time, you stopped asking who you really were because someone else's answer felt easier to carry. So, which one of these sounds closest to your experience right now? Just hold the answer, because the path to getting back begins with understanding how you got lost. Okay, now let's look at the difference between being lost and being unbuilt. Okay, I want to make a distinction between, a distinction that I believe is one of the most freeing things I can offer you today. There is a difference between being lost and being unbuilt. You see, lost implies you were somewhere and then you wandered away. And then, when you wandered away, you just lost yourself. Okay. That you had a complete settled identity and somehow you misplaced it. But many people who feel lost, I want you to listen to this. Many people who feel lost were never built to begin with. They were never given the tools. They were never given the space or even the permission to build a deep, settled sense of who they truly were. They were taught how to perform, how to achieve, how to fit into the roles and expectations around them, but never how to know themselves at the level of conviction and character. If that is you, I want to tell you that you are not lost. You are simply unbuilt. And being unbuilt is actually a position of enormous possibility, because you are not trying to find something you once had, but you are building something you have never had. And building, unlike searching, is something you can start today. Okay, now let's look at the foundation of rebuilding. So, how do you actually rebuild your identity? Let me give you 3 foundations. Number 1 foundation is return to your values. I say it again, return to your values. Not the values you inherited, not the values you were told to have. I mean your values, the things that you would defend even if it cost you. The principles you would not compromise even under pressure. You see, when identity has been lost or damaged, values are the bedrock you return to. They are the part of you that was always there, even when everything else was stripped away. So sit with this question. I want you to sit with this question. What would I stand for if no one was watching and nothing was at stake? Foundation 2, reclaim your story. You see, every significant loss, every painful season, every moment of feeling erased, these are not evidence that your identity is gone. They are chapters in the story of who you are becoming. You see, the person who has been through difficulties and chosen to rebuild rather than collapse, that person has a depth of character and cannot be manufactured in any way. Your story is not your enemy. It is the raw material that you have. Your story is not your enemy. It is the raw material of your identity. Okay, let's look at foundation number 3. Start becoming deliberately. Identity is not just discovered. It is built through intentional choices made consistently over time. Every day you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. Every day you act in alignment with the person you are becoming rather than the person you have been. You add a layer to your rebuilt identity. If this is the kind of content you have been looking for, honest, deep, no shortcuts, please hit the subscribe button. Help the Flourish Blueprint to grow and reach wider audience. I post every single week and every video builds on the one before. You do not want to miss what is coming. Okay, let's look at the Flourish Framework and identity. You see, in the Flourish Framework, identity is the foundation, the F, and I use that word intentionally. You see, a foundation is not glamorous. You do not show people your foundation. You do not post about your foundation on the social media. But everything, every wall, every room, every part of the structure above it rests on the foundation. You see, when the identity is damaged, it is like a foundation that has cracked. You can keep building above the crack for a while, but eventually the instability beneath makes itself known in everything above it. Rebuilding the foundation is not a quick work. It is a slow, unglamorous, deeply personal work, but it is the only work that actually solves the problem, rather than simply managing the symptoms. And here is what I have found to be consistently true. The people who do this work, I mean, who genuinely commit to rebuilding their identity from the inside out, they do not just get back to where they were. No, they build something stronger, they build something deeper, and more genuinely their own than anything they had before. The loss, as painful as it was, becomes the beginning of the most important building project of their lives. Okay, let me quickly give you practical steps to begin today. 4 concrete things to do this week. Okay, step number 1, write your loss inventory. Take a blank page, write down everything you feel you have lost, every role, every relationship, every part of your identity that feels gone. This is not an exercise of self-pity, not at all. It is an exercise of honesty. You cannot rebuild what you have not clearly identified. Step number 2, separate what is truly gone from what is buried. You see, look at your list. Look at your list. You see, look at it carefully. Some of the things you lost, like roles, circumstances, relationships, they may have genuinely been gone. But some of what you feel you have lost is not gone at all. It is buried, suppressed under years of pressure, expectations, and pain. So your values do not disappear. Your convictions do not evaporate. They are waiting beneath. You see, beneath that rubble for you to choose them again. Step number 3. Write one sentence that begins with, I am becoming. I say it again. I am becoming. Don't overthink it. Do not wait until you feel ready or inspired or certain. No, just write the most honest sentence you can about the person you sense you are growing into. You see, that sentence is the beginning of your rebuilt identity. Step number 4. Make one identity-aligned decision today, not tomorrow. Today, choose something, however small. You see, something that reflects the person you are becoming, rather than the person you have been. No, because identity is rebuilt with one honest decision at a time. You see, the path back to yourself is not a single dramatic moment of recovery. It is a series of small, deliberate choices made consistently over time in the direction of the person you truly are. Okay, let me leave you with this. You have not lost yourself permanently. That's good news there. You have not been disqualified from the life you were made for. You have not missed your moment. That's right. You are in the season of rebuilding. And rebuilding, when done on the right foundation, produces something stronger than what stood before. You see, identity comes before purpose. And your identity, however damaged it may feel right now, is not gone. It is waiting for you to choose it again. So, if this channel is speaking to you or has resonated with you, please help the Flourish Blueprint to grow and reach wider audience. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that like button, comment your thoughts, comment on your thoughts, right? And share this video, okay? Don't miss the next video in this series, where we go into one of the most revealing identity questions you will ever face. Watch now other videos that are coming on the screen. The link is right there, and I will see you there.